Hey folks, it's me, the funny fat man, and I'm alive! A while back, about 7 months ago, during October, you might have remembered that I did this little art challenge thing on my private Discord server for Lados only, where I basically gave them a theme, a topic, or whatever. They used that theme and either created a new character or redesigned their existing character to fit in with the challenge. Last time it was all like horror circus themed, and it was great. Everybody did a fantastic job, even if not everybody did it. And we're gonna do the same today, except the theme of this is reversed. You're basically taking your original character and you are reversing it. Either be like you're basically taking their personality, their design, their moral standards, and all that, and just reversing it entirely. I gave a few tips, some advice, some ideas, and well, now we're here. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people did it. One particular person did a whole bunch, so, you know, Jesus Christ, Bruno, why? And he's also the one who did the thumbnail, specifically the characters. I did the shading and the background as well. Well, I didn't do the background, I just stole it off Google. But anyway, enough delay, we're gonna get started. And here's how it's gonna work. I'm basically gonna do two tier lists here. One is going to be just design. We're gonna ignore the fact, for now we're gonna ignore the fact that these are supposed to be reverse designs, and we're just gonna look at them and just see how good they are, how nice they look, you know? So that if anybody fails to do something that makes me think, oh, that's reversed, at least if it looks cool, I'm gonna rate it. So the ratings we have for here are acceptable, very nice, damn son, oh yes! Ah! This part here is basically pointless, useless, and stupid. So we can just skip over this part and go to the end where we begin our very interesting part, you know. Now, to the fun part, where we will use the context of the characters with their backstories and and looks and all that. I mean, the backstories is just to give context. The looks is what I'm caring about now, where we will judge them based off how reversed they are. We'll be judging everything from looks to concepts like what they are, to colors and all that. I'm pretty sure everybody here has got the reverse gender thing nailed down, so we could just throw that away. So anyway, let's get started with this chaotic abomination. This is originally Panestriel, who is this goddess of peace and just general nice stuff. She's all about order and all that, and also she is an octagon. So DC took that and decided to take the peace and order stuff and turned it into chaos. So she's now a mess of incomprehensible geometry, which is very suitable, I'm pretty sure, because, you know, her head's quite geometric. So making her into like this uncontrollable madness, it's just like, you know. It's very nice, the idea. So the chaos thing's great. However, I am going to say that I don't quite get the look, you know. The geometric madness is perfect, but whenever I see this, I just think, like, this could work as a whole different character. Which is a shame, because I really like this design, but you know. Although I will notice, I have noticed that originally she has like a mask on here. This time she doesn't. So that could mean like it's uncontained this time, which is great. Very, very nice. So I'm gonna put that into. Oh yeah, this is the tier list where it's basically like how complete the mirror is. So, granules, shards, fragments, broken, and complete. So this will go square into fragments. No, sorry, DC. Shards. This will go into shards. Because I get the backstory, like the chaos thing, but I can comprehend this fine. There's the body and there's the arms. Good attempt, though. Well done. Next up, Khalida, who is this evil, dark god of manipulation and just tricking people into believing that he is the one true god. His motivations? Probably to destroy the world or something like that. I'm not sure. He's evil, alright? Despite what the Discord server version is all acting like he is evil and an ant, which is a very small creature. So what's the opposite of a very small ant? A really big flippin' dinosaur. Boom, dinosaur. There you go. I made the connection for you. With the look, I mean, it's... hang on. So the concept is great, you know, instead of being about deception, she's just true to her heart, you know. So that's fine, but again, DC, the problem is that the look of it doesn't look exactly reversed, you know. It doesn't look like the opposite of Khalida. It looks just like an original character, which is fine, you know, but for the context of the mirror, I'm going to have to sadly put him square into granules, even less than her, because while Penestral had like the mask removed to show that it's uncontrolled now, this one doesn't suggest anything of being reversed, so sorry, I am being more strict here, but you won in the previous tier list, so be happy. Anyway, now we have Waspera. Now we have Waspera, a reversed version of Bruno Spidella. In the original, Spidella's an experiment who was trained purely to kill, to be the perfect assassin and all that. And while she was trained, so while Spidella was experimented on and trained to be the perfect killer, Waspera was simply trained to using the power of the ancient flame. Because I suggested that, hey, Spidella looks a bit like a wizard, but she isn't. So what if you made a character that looks like a robot, but is actually a wizard? And he took it, and I think he did a fair good job. Then, you know, and after all the teaching, she became the arch-wizard of flames. Able to control temperature and all that, which is really cool. And I've got to say, the design is, I can sort of tell it's reversed. The colors are definitely reversed, I think. Also, the really cool thing is that instead of being a spider, it's actually the predator to some species of spiders, which is actually wasps. So she's a wasp. So I like that. And I gotta say, I do like it. With the fact that it's, instead of being a robot designed to... Instead of being a robot designed to kill, who looks like a wizard, it actually is a wizard, who is a bit robot-looking, and is actually a wizard. I think I said that already. So I do like it. So it's going straight into fragments. Actually now fragments. Next we have Anthemas, reversed Pandora. In the original Bruno lore, Pandora is this god, or goddess I should say, who is supposed to be symbolic for fandom, specifically the type who lust over everything and corrupt innocent cartoons to turn them into you know what, from you know who. So he basically took that and instead used the concept of the fandom being angry at their own show that they enjoy, which is very accurate, I've got to say. And I've got to say, it does look pretty opposite to me. The clothing are different as well, because instead of being like which is like almost naked, this one's fully clothed, you know. And also, small detail I noticed, the fur and horns are different, because in this, it goes from black to white, but in this, it's white to black. Bloody brilliant, Bruno, you've done it. And the face is, instead of being a happy-go-cheery god, it's angry. And it has no neck. So yeah, color changes, especially with these parts, the reversed expression, the different clothing, and the context. It's great. I like it, so I'm going to put that almost at, I don't know, I feel like it's almost going to be complete. Just like the clothes are the only issue, but I mean, you've got the colors and all that, so it's great. Next, Angela, a reversed version of Dark Goat. There is actually no official design of Dark Goat yet, so we're just going primarily off like context here. Basically, instead of being the most annoying thing in the godforsaken world, who everybody will hate, she emotionally helps people and all that. She'll be like kind to others, and everybody will just enjoy her, which I like because it's opposite to Dark Goat, who's going to be the worst thing that Bruno's ever made. I will never forgive you if you do it, Bruno. Anyway, I really don't know what to say. I have no reference material to go off for her design. I can't tell if it's opposite or not. So I think we'll have to make a different category, which I will call... Can I even make a new category? Oh yeah. Called... Who knows? Just saying, can't judge something that doesn't have an actual design. Now we have Opal, a reversed version of Wimble, who was basically forced to join this Red Empire out of fear, where he was abused, tortured, whatever, before finally losing it and becoming evil. But thankfully, after a canon event, which I thankfully stopped, I think, hang on. Basically, Wimble turned evil because he was forced into the Red Army out of fear. This one, however, didn't. She refused the offer, and the Red Army didn't take that very lightly. So what they did is they ripped open her mouth as a punishment. Oh, right, they also gouged out her eyes. Jesus. Design-wise, hang on. Fairly opposite, I gotta say. That instead of being a general top hat, it's a fedora. For some reason, he also gave her horns. I think those are supposed to... They're definitely horns. Whenever he didn't have horns. Dunno. So yeah, it's very opposite. It's blue instead of red. You know, so you got that right. Instead of having a mouth and an eye... Sorry, those are supposed to be eyes. Instead of having a mouth and eyes, she has, let's just say, no mouth and no eyes. So that's good. Overall, I can say that she's pretty opposite. So I'm gonna put them squarely into fragments, because I can tell it's pretty opposite. Yeah, you know. My only issue is the horns. Like, why would you put those in? You know. But like, other than that, you know, actually, you know, broken. Just a broken mirror. You know, just the horns are like throwing me off entirely. And also there's hands there. If you wanted to, I should have said it before, if you wanted to, you could remove those hands as well. Because what's the opposite of having legs? No legs. So you should have done it with the hands, but I don't know. Just saying, you know. Anyway, now we have frowns, the opposite to smiles. While Smiles was originally just like this creator who was harsh at their creations, this one here is a lot more peaceful, a lot more laid back. She's also incredibly shy and doesn't want to go out, and she enjoys gardening. So with that context, you know, that's good. Nice. So instead of making me want to strangle this grinning thing that I just hate with a burning passion, I just want to protect this and another fedora. So again, the colors are opposite, I think. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, Smorn. The opposite of green's pink. I'm joking. Yeah, so I can't give a point to the color because the opposite of green is actually purple or pink. We're fully just going off this color wheel. The real color wheel would say like the opposite of green's actually red, but we're just going off this color wheel, you know. Because I assume that everybody in the server uses Ibis Paint X. So the color I can't give a point to. I like the clothes, however. Instead of being a normal tie, it's a bow tie. I like that. The cape, this scarf, it's the scarf. You know, you could have just removed the scarf, but you didn't. But it'll be all right. The hat is turned into the hat list turns into a fedora. Instead of having one eye, there's two, and of course, instead of being happy, it's frowning. So we can give points to that, but the color thing, I'm afraid you've messed up. But in case you want to know what it looks like with the right colors, too bad, because I can't recolor this image on laptop. So anyway, I can't give points to the colors. Nice temp though, but no. Also, the eye white turns into gray, so that's good. For my personal tips, I would have changed the dark gray to a light gray. Of course, again, the blue is actually purple. Wait, no, sorry, green. The green is pink in this. But it's okay. We all make mistakes. So I'm gonna put him squarely into fragments because, you know, I can get a good sense of opposite, but there can be some improvements. Next one we have, which is possibly going to be our first ever complete one, Christine, the opposite to Gris. While Gris is supposed to be just like a laid-back sort of while Christine is just laid back. Sorry, no. Why Gris is just laid back? While Gris is just a laid back, lazy person who is, you know, tired all the time, relatable, she is pumped full of energy. She just cannot sit down. She's so excited. And that's all the information we've got. Gris is a simple guy, you know? And with character design, I mean, very opposite. Well done, Bruno. You've done it. Everybody's done it, but you did it. The opposites I can point out include... hey, wait a minute. I just realized there's actually a bit of corruption in the background here. This is the official Gris profile pic in the Tupper show. Well, I called it Tupper show. It's just Tupper. I never realized there's actually some corruption in the background here. It's very cool. Anyway, with design, you know, it's definitely opposite. The color, wait. Actually, yeah, you got it right. Almost. It's like, it's actually more cyan. Wait, no, wait. Dark blue. I don't know, it's close enough. Yeah, the colors are definitely opposite. I can tell that for sure. Instead of being an open hoodie, or sort of, it's a closed one. I like that. Again, crazy looking instead of the natural chill guy. He has sharp teeth, I can tell, so you turned it into normal teeth, so great stuff on that. I don't think I can tell much else. of the differences. Just like, I think the main thing's like the color. So, well done. Like, there's not too many changes. Oh wait, the furs actually. The ears are more sharper, and the little cheek fluffs are smaller as well. So, in my personal opinion, that people are gonna get mad. I don't care. In my personal opinion, we have a complete mirror. So, well done. The next one, we definitely need context for this. This is, well, it doesn't have much background information. We don't really have character information. It's a bit of the opposite of Angel Lamb. We don't have background information, but we do have art to go off. This is it. Its name is originally Sketchy, I'm pretty sure. Sketchy or Ballpoint. I think it's Ballpoint. Anyway, the thing is that here's the good thing. With context, it makes sense what it looks like. For this, he's like an extremely skinny lad. I guess you could say he's very frail. Oh no, I said it! Oh! It's an inside joke. Bruno will get it. Instead of having eyes, it has no eyes. It would have a black outline and a white inside, which is reversed here, which I like. What else was there? Oh yeah, this one has a spherical head, while in here it's a cube head. So those points in there, pretty damn good. With the context, I get it, you know? So I guess, I don't want to say it's fully, like, reversed, though. I don't know, like, with the context it makes sense, but, like, you know? So I'm gonna just put it fairly into fragments. With the context, I fully understand, but... actually, broken. Just broken. With the context, it makes sense. Without it, you'll just look at these and go, huh? But it's fairly good. Fairly good. This was a nightmare to find. But anyway, this is Benjamin. Or in this case, Janice. And for a little context, Benjamin's supposed to be like a living cartoon. He's supposed to be all like cartoony or something. I don't know. He's based off like old stuff. Like it's an old TV, old look, and everything. And he's black and white. Now I know what you're thinking, but hang on a minute. How can you reverse the color of something that doesn't have color? The answer: you don't flip the color. You flip the brightness. And that's what Bruno did. Instead of being mainly composited of dark colors with all that, he flipped it, and now it's like, you know, it's reversed. The arms are lighter in the original. Everything else is darker. Here, the arms are darker and everything else is lighter. It's also futuristic looking with the neon gridding, which is very appropriate because Benjamin is, of course, you know, based off like the past. This one's like the future. The tie the bow tie being replaced with a normal tie is great. The clothing are a lot more futuristic looking. It's great. And also the face, instead of having just an eye, it just has a mouth. And the antennae are also straightened out. So plenty of points to there. Without the context, if I'm just looking at it, it's just like, you know, it's with context, it's like, hey, I get it. So I'm gonna put it sort of beside this because, actually, yeah, just beside this, because without the context, for me personally, it'll be like, huh? But with the context, it's like, oh, you know? Although I think without context, none of these would make sense, I'm just realizing, so. Anyway, now we have Ashira, the opposite to Adam. This is Adam, by the way. For the context, Adam in the original is Adam from the Bible. What? Essentially, Adam is cursed with with immortality. Essentially, becoming reincarnated with every death. Either he becomes like a rabbit, he gets hunted down, he turns into a dog, he gets killed, he turns to different things. But the general point is still there. It's the first man. But with this, I don't really know if there's like any like reverse stuff, like reverse inner information with her. Which is fine, you know, because again, I'm not really looking at lore. Well, I don't know if I said that already, but I'll say it again. I'm not really looking for lore, I'm just looking for looks. And the looks are there, it's opposite. The blue t-shirt, the blue shirt that's open is now red and closed. And also a hoodie now. There's actually a patch on him that's on his right, that's yellow. In this, it's on the left, and it's also cyan. The head is also excruciatingly different. Instead of being just a rounded mask with like eye holes, it's this thing with I have no idea. But also, most importantly, a one giant hole that's actually a mouth with the eye inside. Also, the hair for Adam, that obviously is long and goes down. Here, it's long but it goes up. So very nice detail there. Overall, I think this is also a really good reverse, you know? I'm just really questioning about these parts here. Are they, like, supposed to be, like, ears? If they are, I mean, well done, because, like, Adam has nothing in the sides of his head, so what's the opposite of having nothing? Having something, so, you know, well done. And her personality, she's basically, like, always hungry. I don't know if that's, like, a joke or an actual thing, but I don't get that whenever it comes to Adam, because reasons. But just look-wise, you know, how we're not... you know, good stuff. Actually, yeah, just actually, nah, I'm sorry. Like, I want to push him more, but there's like a few parts that I don't get. Well, not don't get, but like, I feel like Christine's the perfect mirror. So anyway, now we get onto my boy. This is Edith, my reversed Ethan. In her story, instead of being this relaxed, chill spirit thing, she's instead constantly unable to control her emotions. So much so that she had to isolate herself into a forest. And while she's in there, she just stays there, trying to comprehend why her emotions are all in overdrive, you know? She's not just like laid back, all her emotions are like toned out. No, she's either extremely happy, extremely disgusted, extremely angry, you know. Anything that she feels, it's 1,000 times more extreme. And here's the original design. I think I did a pretty good job at reversing it. Instead of having wings, it's more like legs, you know. That's what I just realized. The colors are also reversed, you know. Instead of being this, it's that. The mask is also pure black now. The eye is in the other side, and instead of having ears and antlers, he just doesn't have antlers. Instead of having ears and antlers, that for some reason, it's just basic horns. And instead of the eyes being like naturally shaped, it's carved out. And also, she has no mouth. I think I did a pretty good job at reversing. Although I don't know how well, I reversed it in my opinion. Like from a distance, like, it's pretty good. So I might put it in like, I don't know, fragments or something, because I don't feel like I reversed it enough. Although it's definitely going to be a lot better than my next one. This here is Arya, a reversed version of Alfie. Yes, he shares my name. While the original Alfie was supposed to be like the apex predator, being you know, strongy and all that, she is the bottom of the food chain, you know. Alfie's the apex predator, while she is literally like cattle. And that's what she's treated as. Because in this universe, her kind is abundant. It's everywhere. And people just hunt her down and use their regeneration of their flesh that they were rumored to have to just use them as like a meat pile, meat stock or stuff like that. And because of that, they resent the humans with a passion, which is opposite to Alfie, who protects them because they are part of his territory. Because for a little context, this is Alfie here. And what he is that he protects the world from alien threats, essentially Men in Black. But the main characters is composed of a hyper evolving alien, a nanomachine infused android, and a ghost. Very weird, I know. But anyway, I think I did a pretty good job at reversing, I'd say, a wee bit. Colors are flipped, so it's cyan, and it's woman now. I think what I really... Also, I did put a bit of thought, like, what's the opposite of having legs? Oh, no legs. But I think the big part of her look being opposite is with context, Because Alfie's like this apex predator, able to defeat anything that comes his way, except for things that are unkillable, like gods. But that won't stop him from trying. While she... Oh, I'm so sorry for burping so much. While she is just like weak, Everybody can kill her, and everybody did kill her. And it's just like... Also, instead of having long-sleeved clothing, it's short-sleeved. Or at least, I'm sorry, not short-sleeved, no-sleeved. And she's just like hung up, being cold in a fridge, which actually makes her love fire, which is the opposite to Alfie, because he hates fire, because extreme temperatures are his weakness. It's pretty smart, I know. So I think I did a alright job. The look is very cool, but I think without context, it's very, shardy, Like, the colors are, fine, and like the long hair and all that, but it doesn't feel like a flipped Alfie to me. Anyway, this here is Angus, a combination of anger and disgust. She's sort of a creator similar to Smorn, which is a combination of smile and frown. Smorn, I think that's what it is. Not like smile and mourn. I don't know. But anyway, instead of creating stuff and liking them, she despises everything she makes and wants to destroy them. However, because she's not as powerful, actually she's very weak, she can't do it. And I've got to say, I feel like this is another perfect reverse, Instead of having like 3 of these rib things, it's 2. The colors are also different. I think they're pretty opposite, right?
Try again, Smorn.
I'm just joking, because these are actually opposites already. Blue, yellow are opposite to one another in the Abyss paint thing. So, I guess that he couldn't really do it like that, so instead, he just, changed the colors a wee bit. And honestly, I guess it does look pretty opposite to me. Although, I will say, though, in all honesty, instead of this being, like, happy and also sad, it's just, like, frown, I would have done, like, one of them to be, like, a happy one, but, like, not. Or something, I don't know. But it's alright, so we can forgive it. It's like, it's not supposed to be like happy, it's not supposed to be like any happy or sad, it's like anger and disgust, or I don't know. But the look anyway, let's just care about the look. I can tell it's opposite, it's great. In my personal opinion, if you want for the eyes especially, I would have recommended like having it like a white instead of black, and having the eyes to be like black. You know what I mean? But that's fine. The main head is also different. Instead of being like dark gray as a mask, it's white, pure white. So that's pretty neat. These little, whatever the hell you call these, are now hands. I think, no, they're not even. Oh, instead of being like triangular or sharp edges, it's actually smooth. I like that. So overall, I do like it. I can tell it's like a reverse version of Smorn. So that's going to be in another complete version. So anyway, now we go on to the final one, which is mine. So now we go on to the final one. Monarch, a reverse version of Monica. Why is Monica in this? I don't want to talk about it. But instead of being like the most advanced great android in the world, she is terrible. She is the worst machine. But she doesn't even know that because her intelligence is also extremely stupid. You ever see one of those like AI learning videos and like the first attempt that the AI does is always like random and like stupid? That's her essentially. And she doesn't. And the sad thing is that she doesn't know that. She just lives, and she's just insane, and she lives in her own like imaginary world in her head. So it's a bit tragic. With the look, I mean, I guess I did pretty good. Here's the actual design. What's the opposite of clothing? No clothing, but don't worry, there's no boobies because there's this thing, which is like a power generator, but it's very like low tech. It looks high tech, but trust me, it is not. With also a little fun fact: the neck and the torso and the belly you can't see. She has like this whatever you call it, like metal tube, segmented like tube that allows her to, you know, move and bend and all that. With this, it's instead of being one, it's two on the sides and all that. And with her design, her shoulders, like in between her limbs, essentially, has realistic human like flesh, but it's like silicon. And this, it's opposite. In this, it's opposite. So instead of having silicon on her arms, it's just on her shoulders. I should have done one in the elbow as well, but I didn't for some reason. So overall, it's all right. I personally can't really tell if it's opposite or not. Oh yeah, her eyes are also uneven circles, and the colors are opposite. But I don't know. I feel like I didn't really do well with reversing it. I feel like I really only focused on the lore and the story rather than actually making it look backwards. So, whoops, I failed again, and I've got to put this in granules, personally. So anyway, that's everybody done in the second tier list. Well done, guys. Some of you won, some of you have failed, some of you have done in between, but in my personal opinion, you've all done pretty good. So, I guess now here are the results, you know, for both tier lists. Everybody did a grand old job. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks, and until then,
I am going to try to do editing. Can't be ours.